Eagles general manager Howie Roseman has done such a great job constructing and building this roster. I mean, from adding guys such as Bradley Roby to Julio Jones to the trade for Kevin Byard. It's really hard to keep asking Howie Roseman to do Howie Roseman-like things. But if I had to do what content creators do and make content, there is one name that's out there I heard kind of floated and I was like, this one makes sense to me. I want to talk about current Indianapolis Colts nickel slot cornerback Kenny Moore II and the fit he would have here in Philadelphia. And I think that type of move would take this Philadelphia Eagles secondary into the stratosphere. I mean, we were talking about at this point probably putting together one of the best secondaries flat out in the league. I don't think it would be any argument that could be made here. It would clearly be a top 5 group when you look at everyone and all the components together. Okay, let's go ahead and let's discuss the possibility of the Philadelphia Eagles trading for Indianapolis Colts cornerback Kenny Moore II. What's up, Cerebral Football fans? My name is Steven Hyder. This is Gate City Sports Channel. So I know I kind of clickbaited a little bit at the title of this video when you saw the thumbnail. You saw me kind of pull up a graph where I showed the completion rate, and it's high. But I know a lot of you guys who are experiencing the secondary like, Gate, stop playing with me, bro. Like, of course, nickel and slot cornerbacks are going to give up a high percentage rate. Like, have you looked at the rest of the league and saw what those things are giving up? So let me address that right from the jump. So from the slot, Kenny Moore has given up 19 out of 25. So 19 catches against 25 targets, which equals a 76% completion rate, which, it's high, but it's kind of on par with what you're going to see from guys playing inside the slot, if I'm going to be honest. Some examples, really high completion rates. Trey Herndon, 24 of 29 on 200 snaps, coverage snaps in the slot, 82.7% completion rate given up. And then you get guys such as Isaiah Oliver, 25 completions against 28 passing attempts, which comes out to be 89% completion rate against 182 snaps in the slot, or playing inside that nickel kind of position there. You also get guys who are doing really well from the slot, and I want to call them out and just show that there's some variety. Jasir Taylor, 17 of 28 off of 174 snaps within the slot, which works its way out to being a 60.7% completion rate. You got guys such as like Roger McCreary, 18 of 25 against 151 snaps, coverage snaps from the slot. Works his way out to about 72%, right around what Kenny Moore is. Trent McDuffie, 18 of 26 against 149 coverage snaps from the slot, which works its way out to 69%. Kenny Moore is giving up a lot of completions, but to be honest with you, go look at Avonte Maddox and you'll see similar numbers, guys. It's difficult to play through the traffic that's involved inside of a slot corner kind of situation. That's a really difficult ask. And you can also factor in the fact that you got guys like Kevin Byard on this team, who's also a pretty good coverage guy. Reed Blankenship's been a pretty good coverage guy. You have to add the safeties into the mix when you're talking about coverage from the slot. But I do think that this would be a quality addition for the Eagles. Simply put, he's only given up 167 receiving yards total on the season from the slot, which when you work that out in terms of yards per snap, this young man is basically in the top 10, ranking, I think, exactly at number 10 with 0.87 yards per snap. He's productive. Like, he stops guys from getting big-time gainers, coming underneath the zone on you. His passer rating that he's surrendered, he's given up 76.6 against the passer rating, just the 5th best mark out of all slot corners. In my opinion, Kenny Moore is a little bit of a boom or bust type prospect. There are times that I think he will definitely play the football and it can cost you touchdowns. He's got some very impressive, interceptions on his film. He's also got some really head-scratching and frustrating moments on his film to where he's given up touchdowns. So, there's definitely a little boom or bust to Kenny Moore. I don't know. Like, Kenny Moore and Avonte Maddox are both really good corners. I can't say distinctly that I think Kenny Moore is a better player than Avonte Maddox, but Avonte Maddox, it's never been about the talent. It's never been about the skill. He just hasn't been healthy. And it's kind of putting us in a difficult situation because, of course, we would love to have the guy that we give the contract extension to out there playing. He's been beat up the last few years for the Eagles. I really wish that young man the best of luck because he's one of my favorite players when he's in the game. He's effective. We have to do something. I think this move in particular is something you can't sleep on because it makes this team better. You add a verified slot here, you got something. You got something cooking a little bit. Now I'll give you the counter argument real quick. The counter argument is like, Steve, Bradley Roby was pretty dang good in the slot last year too. Let's be real about that. And you're right. That would be the counter argument is, are we really going to look to give up draft capital to get a younger guy in here, knowing we still have Avonte Maddox under contract for next season? We have a veteran guy who is injured right now, but probably is going to definitely come back at some point and play in Bradley Roby. And then, Eli Ricks is not a natural fit, but Josiah Scott, Eli Ricks, I thought they both played fairly well last week, if I'm being honest. Those are the considerations. I don't make the rules. I don't have a say in it. I'm just saying that I think that move would, from an outward perspective here, it'd make us better. It would make us a better football team defensively in our coverage. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all so much. If you guys want to learn some more, hey, bro, I tried to clickbait you a little bit yesterday with the James Bradbury video, but check that out, man. It's a good video. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here.